Okay, so I have my piece of polystyrene to use for printing, which is ever so slightly smaller than 6 inches, but is 8 inches roughly, but that'll be fine. So I'm going to use a rough, just draw around it on paper first, because I don't like to go straight onto the polystyrene in case I want to do something different. And then basically I just draw, just one line. You don't need to think about colours. I tend to just go with the flow when I'm printing it as to what colours. But so I'm feeling flowers for my flags. So just roughs, just so that I get some kind of rough idea about where I want these things to go. It's good to try and fill up a lot of the white space if you're going to use polystyrene, which you can pick up from, I think Hobbycraft do it, and in the UK there's a company called Baker Ross that do kids kinds of art activities, and you can buy it through them, or I'm sure you can get it online, or the other thing is to use like the polystyrene base off a pizza. I've done that before. Works just the same. So just gonna doodle, and I'll work into this, so it won't be just looking like this. Cool, right, that'll do. So then when I go to move on to the polystyrene, I'll use roughly the same idea. So I tend to draw lightly first, just so that I can see whereabouts it is before going into deeply, in case I don't like it. And this is my last piece of polystyrene today as well. Ooh, so better work. There's no one here but me, but I'm still a bit nervous because I've never done one of these videos before, but hey. I'm thinking further along the line that on these bits I might do some writing, but I'm not sure, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Okay, so I quite like that. So I'm going to go down now and press in deeper, but don't go too hard, because otherwise you go all the way through. I do this for the kids' arts parties for printing t-shirts. We use acrylic paint so that the t-shirts dry before the end of the party, and they come up with some wicked things. Yesterday we had a really cool party and the t-shirts were amazing. So yes, great fun. I first did this at school, and I used it a bit at uni as well, because the traditional way of doing stuff like this really is lino printing, but after the 4th time I'd sliced a chunk out of my finger, I decided that maybe I should try something a little bit safer. So this was my best bet. So looks like you can see quite well how it's become indented with my drawing with the pencil. So that's kind of cool. Maybe it's because it's so warm here today. I wasn't going to do flowers on my flags, but it's such a lovely spring day that obviously I've been inspired with florals, which funnily enough at university I used to hate drawing, and doing textiles, that's all they ever wanted us to draw, and all I wanted to draw was buildings. So let's have a few battles with that one. And now I'm quite happy doing flowers, but I still like drawing buildings, which is bizarre. But you gotta go where you gotta go. I was going to do a few dots around just because it adds a little bit of texture with this. Okay, cool. Right, next, fabric. And a mouthful of coffee. I've got two types of fabric here. This is thin cotton, and this is a really thick, you can't see that because the light's rubbish, but ribbed cotton. So the print might not take as well to this one, but we'll see. So I'm going to cut out a square to start with, and we'll try it on both. So if I can get the end, I'll just cut down here and just get a bit. This fabric has been up in my loft since I was at university, which was about 10 years ago, so I had to seriously do some steam ironing to get it flat, and you can still see it's creased, but it will be fine. I love this fabric, and I really hope it works on this one, because this is the one I'd love to make my flags out of, and if it doesn't, then I'll have to try another way. Now you can dye the fabrics first, but I'm not going to for this one, but you could dye the fabrics or paint them on the background, or just whatever really. So next I need to decide, get my roller, which I think you call a brayer, but I call it a roller, and I'm going to think about what colours I want to do it, and I'm trying not to be in a blue, but I'm always in a blue phase at the moment, so I think it might have to be blue for the background, and then I will add to it with other colours, and we'll see how that works. Something to roll out onto. I'm so disorganised. Okay, we'll just use some paper, that will be fine. Okay, so get some paint. You can't see me, so I'll show you. I'm just putting it on a pad at the moment because I can't find my rolling tray. And then just roll that up and down. I just love blue. And then roll it all over